It's 11:15 a.m. on a Wednesday. You're trying to rewire a panel. Maybe you're under a house running a new water line. You're on tools, focus on quality work, and the last thing you can do is hold the phone. But it rings and you send it to voicemail and you think, oh, I'll call them back at lunch. Then lunch gets swallowed by a supplier issue and you forget until 7 p.m. That homeowner, well, they called 3 other contractors. 2 didn't answer. 1 had a system that responded immediately with a professional text. Guess who got the job? I'm Jennifer Chen, founder of Modern Collective. For over 14 years, I've been building systems that stop operational chaos from killing profits. I've worked alongside contractors, and I've watched the same thing happen every day. Skilled professionals losing jobs not only because of their work quality, but because they couldn't respond while actually working. Previously in episode 1, we talked about why you lose jobs after sending quotes. Today, we're fixing the problem that happens even earlier than that, losing leads before you even get to quote them. So if you're an owner-operator, a plumber, electrician, or a general contractor who's both the lead tech and the business manager, well, every incoming call is potential revenue. And you don't have a receptionist. You may not even have an entire office team. And that means you're trying to be the laborer, the project manager, and the salesperson all at once. And you know that chaos. It's why I was told before by another contractor, some days I'll answer the phone, and some days I'll just say, F it, and let it go to voicemail. And I get it. You're on a ladder installing recessed lighting. The phone rings. You can't climb down safely without stopping to work for another 5 minutes. By the time you get to your phone, they've hung up. You're crawling through an attic, running ductwork, insulation everywhere. The phone buzzes in your pocket. You literally cannot reach it without backing out completely. Or you're troubleshooting a panel that keeps tripping. You need both hands and complete focus. The phone rings 3 times while you're trying to identify the problem, and each ring feels like money slipping away, but you also can't stop mid-diagnosis. This constant interruption, it can create resentment. You start to hate your phone at times because each ring means stopping skilled work to handle something that feels like a distraction. But it's not a distraction. It's your next job. You can't just do both at the same time. So your day doesn't end when the tools get put away. You spend your evenings in your truck returning calls from a list of missed numbers. You're texting quotes at 10 p.m. because sometimes it's the only time you have to catch up. Another contractor told me, I checked my phone at dinner last night every 15 minutes because I was worried a client of mine texted and I couldn't respond. I mean, clearly his family wasn't happy, but he couldn't turn it off because part of his brain was always running through the list. Did I call that property manager back? Did that homeowner ever respond? Should I follow up on that bathroom quote? You're carrying your entire business in your head because you don't have the systems to carry it for you. And here's what makes this particularly exhausting. You're not avoiding the work. In fact, you're doing the work. You're providing excellent service to the clients in front of you. But the system, well, it punishes you for that focus by letting the next opportunity slip away. This isn't about discipline or work ethic. This is an operational design problem. You need a system that works when you can't. And here's why that problem is so expensive. The 60-minute window. Studies show that even waiting just 60 minutes to respond can cost you the job. Homeowners, well, they don't sit around waiting. They keep calling down their list until someone answers. Think about that moment when you finally call back a prospect and hear, thanks, but we already found someone else. That gut punch, that mix of regret and frustration. You didn't lose because your price was wrong or your work wasn't good. You lost because you couldn't pause your current job to capture the next one. And this happens multiple times per week for most contractors. And each missed opportunity is revenue you'll never recover. The homeowner who calls you wants to feel like someone's on it. They're making a buying decision in real time. Professional responsiveness, it signals operational competence. No response, well, that signals disorganization, even if you're just busy doing excellent work. This is exactly what Backform's Agent 1 is designed to solve. But that's not the way most AI tools work. Most AI tools promise, connect your phone, it works automatically. And that's not how professional contractor communication actually works. Your missed call response needs to sound like you. It needs to match how you talk to your clients in your market. A plumber in Venice may speak differently than an electrician in Torrance. So when we configure Backform's Agent 1 together, and yes, we will spend time configuring this with you together, here's what we'll be building. We learn how you communicate with your clients, your tone, your typical response style, your service area specifics. And then we customize your agents to send professional missed call responses that sound like they came from you, not just a generic bot. And here's what one could sound like in practice. Again, it's fully customizable. That call that comes in while you're on a ladder, you can't answer safely. So within minutes, the homeowner gets a text message that we've customized together. Hi, this is David from Chen Construction. I saw your call. I'm currently on a job site and I'll call you back within so-and-so hours. In the meantime, can you share a few details about your project? And we'll include a simple form link where they can provide basic information. Now this does 3 critical things. First, it stops them from immediately reaching out to the next 3 contractors. You've acknowledged the homeowner's inquiry professionally and quickly. Second, it captures initial project details, scope, timeline, urgency, so when you do call back, you're already informed and can have a real conversation. And third, it signals operational competence. The homeowner now thinks, oh, this contractor has his act together, all while you stay focused on the work that's actually paying you right now. But here's a key difference between Backform and plug-and-play tools. I set this up for you during our initial configuration sessions. You approve of the message language. You control what gets sent. You make sure that it matches your business end tone. But once it's configured, well, it runs automatically. But the setup does require that time investment right up front to get it right. The system doesn't just save big jobs, though. It captures the small ones that you may accidentally let slip. That $2,000 repair that calls while you're working on a big renovation. Without a system, that could have gone missed, because sometimes it does feel a bit small to prioritize when you're managing bigger work. But those bread and butter jobs, they fill gaps between the larger projects. They keep cash flow steady. They turn into referrals. 5 forgotten $2,000 jobs per month is $120,000 annually that you might not even realize you were losing. And Backform ensures that those opportunities don't fall through the cracks just because you were busy working. This is for contractors who are losing leads weekly because they can't answer while working, who know they should respond faster but physically cannot, who are willing to invest the first few hours of configuration time to stop the bleeding revenue from missed calls. This is not for contractors who want plug-and-play automation, who aren't willing to spend time on proper setup. And I'm working with a group of founding contractors to build and refine Backform. If you want to be a part of that process, click the link in the description. You'll have to fill out a short form about your business and the inbound chaos you're dealing with. But if it looks like we're a good fit, I'll reach out within 48 hours to schedule a conversation about what working together actually looks like. I get that this isn't for everyone, but if you're losing multiple jobs per month to missed calls and you're ready to fix that with a properly configured system, let's talk. I'm Jennifer Chen, founder of Modern Collective, building systems that stop operational chaos from killing contractor profits. And in the next episode, we'll talk about what to do when your quote gets ghosted.